Ajah Obudefuna. Aba when you see ICAM, Igbo Community Association in Midlands.
I would like to thank everybody. Please take your seats. I would like to thank everybody for participating in the welcome part of this event. I would like to, and you may all take your seats now, please. Before we move to the next item on the agenda, I would like to recognize all the dignitaries in our presence.
Rest in peace, I'm local. All I need is to talk about I need to come up with. First class in Igbo, they want them to sing us some butter. I go out and I'm begging now. I'm mad, I'm being from my easy corner. Come bigger, tell you what's in the corner, bigger. I'm going to come bigger. If you live on my list, get up on the pump bigger to the sound. I got a penny for the down. You know, I have to take you. I'm better than feel a mongo. I beg you, give me a chance. I'm this about what the number is now. I beg you, give me a chance. You know to my girl, I don't know how you shit people want.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, I'm local. All I need is to talk. I need to take my photo. First class in Igbo, one day they go sing out some bodo. I can't go, I can't go. I'm not how I come. I'm a man and I feel for me. My kids is gone, don't come bigger. Tell you what's in the front, bigger. What kind of fucking come bigger? If you ever have my legs, you got to want to come bigger. Till it's on, I got a penny for the down. You might have a hip, take it, the rest of the feel I'm on.
Need to be there. Yeah, and may I say as well, you dance very elegantly. Okay. Thank you. And then next up is the Lord Mayor of Birmingham. Our very own, just in case.
Thank you so very much. Well, first of all, Your Highness, is it possible that I could interrupt the conversation? Is that all right? I could interrupt your conversation slightly? Is that all right? Yes. Thank you so much, because we are family. His Royal Highness, Chief Maduwaba, Lord Mayor Consort, my husband, Mayor of Sandwell, Lady Mayoress, Dudley, Deputy Lord Mayor of Dudley, and Consort, Unza Jonas Afueni. Yes. Igbo people, Dalu. I am so delighted to be here. Why do you say am I delighted to be here? Because for many years I have been claiming my African ancestry. It went from Gambia, so I started learning the Gambian language, and then my daughter did this DNA test, and I discovered, because obviously I am 100% African, that her ancestry was 86%, as you quite rightly said, West African, and 77% Nigerian. So that Nigerian bit comes from me and more, and I am very proud of it. So you can imagine how big Africa is. It can hold China, India, most of Europe, United States. It's a massive continent. And this wonderful thing called DNA allowed me to chase my ancestry back to you. Now I can see many cultural traits amongst the African diaspora, many Jamaican characteristics in terms of timekeeping. Very similar dancing, but your dancing is a little bit more dignified than my people in Jamaica, because you are, yes, you're more dignified, so I was trying to be dignified as well. But it has been an absolutely fabulous evening. Now, and I've always said this as well, I've held many roles, and the most outstanding group of people, and I've always said this, in the world, is the Nigerians. There's undoubtedly, you can be exceptionally good, and you can be exceptionally bad. So when we talk, and I'm not going to give out figures, but when we talk about your capacity to do things like cybercrime, no other group on the face of the earth, not even the Russians or the Chinese, can beat you. And I'm saying this from a position of knowledge. No other. Let me also tell you, last year, Oxford and Cambridge wanted to recruit more black people to the university. and they put up a poster of about 10 black faces. Every single name was Nigerian. Every name. You can go to any part of the world and find a Nigerian. We came back from Chicago. The taxi driver said to me he'd been in Chicago for 20 years. The last of his 3 children was graduating from university. The resilience, the intelligence, the capacity, the confidence of the Nigerians is second to none. Now when I was a member of the legal service, I was a commissioner for the Legal Services Commission. And the very first time I went down to London, I was confused for the secretary. And I met 3 Nigerian barristers. Well, I didn't know they were Nigerian, but these guys looked good. They looked confident, they looked bold, they spoke so well. And when I asked them where they were from, they said Nigeria. And again, I was incredibly impressed. For a long time, the people born in this country, particularly those from the Caribbean, who I must say to you came from West Africa, a lot from Nigeria, have struggled with their identity, have not known that they are skilled, can do things that they felt that they can't do well. They've had an issue with self-confidence and self-esteem and value. But can I interrupt the conversation? Can I interrupt? Yes. But can I say that the people who have inspired us to feel confident about ourselves, to let us know that we can go to Oxford and Cambridge, we can do anything, are the Nigerians, because of your brilliance. So when I discovered that I was Nigerian, I was so happy, and I've been telling everybody and anyone that would listen to me. Yes, my parents were born in Jamaica, but they were taken there on the slave trips. Now what I want you to do, you should be leading Africa. There is no doubt about it. You've got the resources, you've got everything, human, you've got geological, everything you've got. You should be leading Africa, not South Africa. You should be leading Africa. But what I want you to do is remember those of us who were born here, not by choice, were taken to the Caribbean, not by choice, and do not think that we are separate from you. We're not. But then, as a Christian, I can say that we are all the same. Every human being, regardless of whether you're Nigerian, English, Welsh, Irish, Scottish, French, German, Russian, we all struggle. We all have difficulties. But the facts are, there are individuals within those communities, groups, because there's only one race, the human race, that are more resilient and that have managed to survive the stresses and struggles and difficulties of life. So I would ask you not to forget your brothers and sisters who were born here, may not even know about their identity, but we can find it now because of wonderful technological advances. Do not forget us. Do not think that we're not part of you. And then now step back. Not very long ago, I think the beginning of this year, we heard about Cheddar Man. Anyone heard about Cheddar Man? Yeah. Cheddar Man. All right. Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man was the first Briton. It was shocking. Everybody was going, Cheddar Man. And when we saw his face, he was black. Apparently, 10%, all English people have 10% of his DNA. So under the apartheid regime, all of England would have been considered black. They would not have been able to use the toilets, would not have been able. So doesn't it throw this whole concept of race on its head? Doesn't it? So what divides us? It's our cultures, it's our faith, it's our religion, it's the way that we dance, it's the way we talk, our languages. These are the things that divide us. But what we must focus on, and as a Christian I focus on, is what unites us. And the Nigerian community, the Nigerian country will be incredibly important to Birmingham. We've got the Commonwealth Games coming to Birmingham, but more importantly, we are making links with the Commonwealth. So when the Commonwealth Games come and go, we want to have a mutually beneficial relationship with the Commonwealth countries, which include Nigeria, Jamaica, most of Africa. So the old colonial empire no longer exists. Britain, this country, now needs you in a positive and a constructive way. And I am praying that Nigeria uses its vast intellect and its great resource to make that possible. I ask you to pray for us in our positions of mayors and lord mayors. Pray for us because it is a very difficult job. This is the first time I've come dressed inappropriately. I would have had my head wrap on, perhaps not wrapped properly. I would have had my African attire, but because of the amount of engagements we have, I wasn't able to do so. So thank you so very much, my brothers and sisters, for having me, and I hope you can continue your conversations.
Thank you, lovely. Please.
Learning a Gambian language, and then my daughter did this DNA test, and I discovered, because obviously I am 100% African, that her ancestry was 86%, as you correctly said, West African, and 77% Nigerian. So, Nigeria comes from me, and I am very proud of it. So you can imagine how big Africa is. It can hold China, India, most of Europe, United States. It's a massive, massive continent. And this wonderful thing called DNA allowed me to chase my ancestry back to you. Now I can see many cultural traits amongst the African diaspora, many Jamaican characteristics in terms of timekeeping. Very similar dancing, but your dancing is a little bit more dignified than my people in Jamaica, because you are, yes, you're more dignified, so I was trying to be dignified as well. But it has been an absolutely fabulous evening.
Abulu me wane na no wane ya no wa golado. Golado wane mo da yiri mo.